Kia ora New Zealand, in your bulletin today, Peter Dunn appears to have gone to ground as he tries to establish the legitimacy of his party. Parliament Speaker David Carter has ruled that United Future can't keep over $100,000 in party funding and that its leader will be treated as an independent MP. A history lesson for the Labour Party from a senior government minister may be ringing bells on both sides of the Tasman. Another leadership spill is set to happen in Canberra, while back home Labour leader David Shearer is trying to ignore another abysmal poll result. Chris Finlayson says it's amazing how often history repeats itself, listing the number of times a Labour MP has rolled its leader. He remembers when Helen Clark undermined Mike Moore,
who knifed him straight after the 1993 election when Mike had gained an additional 16 seats for his party. That's loyalty for you. Helen Clark knew her history. She kept her enemies at bay, and I'm not just referring to the Green Party.
Australia could well soon have a new Prime Minister. The supporters of Kevin Rudd have started circulating a petition in Labour caucus to allow a challenge to Julia Gillard. For a ballot to take place tomorrow morning, 1/3 of Labour's MPs need to sign the petition. Sticking with news abroad, an intelligence whistleblower Edward Snowden is still in Moscow, where he's sitting in an airport transit lounge. President Vladimir Putin does not plan to extradite Snowden, but US Senator John McCain pointed out that America has extradited 7 Russians in the past 2 years.
We've got to start dealing with Vladimir Putin in a realistic fashion for what he is. He continues to stick his thumb in our eye in a broad variety of ways.
Back home, a New Zealand Post has revealed the closure of several mail processing centres, and it may cost 500 jobs. Staff have been told of 130 possible job losses in the Waikato, 160 in Wellington, 75 in Dunedin and 125 in Heartland and satellite sites. There may be 250 new roles in Auckland, Manawatu and Christchurch, but New Zealand Post predicts fewer than 5% of affected staff will choose to relocate. A reversal is how New Zealand First is seeing the government's new position on Auckland's proposed rail loop project. The government's confirmed the scheme but hasn't yet given specific details about how it will be paid for. New Zealand First MP and former North Shore Mayor Andrew Williams says it's a back down by the government.
Yeah, I think so, because I think the feedback they're getting from Aucklanders across all political spectrums is that rail system has to be completed, otherwise it'll be a bit of a nonsense.
And a last-ditch attempt today to halt Japanese whaling in the southern seas. The hearings at the International Court of Justice in The Hague marked the final stage of proceedings kicked off in 2010 by Australia and supported by New Zealand. And good news for North Island skiers after a large snow dump. Mount Ruapehu's 2 ski fields are on track to open this Saturday. The ski fields have spent almost $3 million upgrading machinery for this season. And Mount Ruapehu General Manager Chris Thump says this year is shaping up to be one of the best yet. Rugby Sevens fans have had some good news 2 days before the World Cup. The IRB has announced it will stream key matches live from Moscow, where the tournament is being held for the first time. It's the final World Sevens World Cup before rugby returns to the Olympic Games at Rio 2016. A group of senior citizens from Waiheke Island are about to take the hip-hop world by storm by competing in the World Hip-Hop Championships in Las Vegas this August. Dubbed the oldest hip-hop dance group in the world, the group have risen to fame in the US, appearing on the front page of the Wall Street Journal today and on US television. And that was your news for Wednesday the 26th of June. Ka kite anō.